Hello there, my name is Emmanuel and I am a data analyst, and I will be taking you through data analysis with Microsoft Excel. Welcome to the video. So in this course, we are going to be tackling the following topics. Number 1, introduction to Excel. Number 2, formulas and functions. Number 3, data visualization and charts. Number 4, advanced spreadsheet features. Number 5, mastering pivot tables and pivot charts. Number 6, data analysis techniques. Number 7, Power Query and data presentation. Number 8, Power Pivot and data analysis expressions. Number 9, automation with VBA and macros. So what is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of examining and interpreting data to make informed decisions or uncover patterns or insights from data. And based on these patterns or these insights, you are able to make informed decisions. So there are several steps or procedures that are followed in data analysis. The first step is data collection or collection of information. The second one is organized data, where data is organized or tabulated in tables and charts for easy viewing or easy interpretation. The third one is finding patterns or looking for trends or getting insights from the data. And the fourth one is making decisions now based on these patterns that you have gotten from the data. You are able to make informed decisions. In this course, we are going to be majorly focusing on organization of the data and finding patterns from the data, and lastly, making decisions from the data. We are going to be using Microsoft Excel. So what is Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet tool that is developed by Microsoft, which enables us to organize data, analyze data, visualize data, and it also has a wide range of functions for performing these complex analysis, and also automation features that enable us to do data analysis effectively. So the first thing that I would like us to do is to go through the installation process of Microsoft Excel. So you'll go to your start menu and press on the start or on the search bar and search for Microsoft Store. Then search for Microsoft Store, then open it. Now, once you open it, go to the search bar in Microsoft Store and search for Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 comes with various plans. You have the personal, family, and basic. So depending on the amount of money that you are willing to spend on, you will choose the plan that you feel comfortable in. So if you choose basic, so Microsoft 365 basically it's a whole package that comes or brings about the various softwares of Microsoft Office, which are MS Word, MS PowerPoint, MS Publisher, and also MS Excel. Now, in this video, we are focusing on MS Excel only. So once you install it, it's going to install all these softwares, but we'll be majorly focusing on Microsoft Excel. So once again, when you're finished with the installation, go to your search button and search for Excel. So MS Excel, and there we go. So you're going to double click it, then it will open. So once Microsoft Excel opens, it will bring you to this window over here. So you will choose blank workbook, and there you go. You have your first spreadsheet or worksheet. So there are different terminologies that are used in Microsoft Excel. So different features. So I would like us to start by familiarizing different features, different terminologies that we are going to be using in this course. So the first one is a worksheet. So what's a worksheet? A worksheet is basically this space that we are in right now. So you can see in the bottom here, I have sheet 1. So next to it, you can see I have a plus button, which when I hover through it, you can see it writes new sheet. So when I click to it generates another sheet, or it opens another sheet. When I click again, it adds another sheet. So this is sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. Now I want to introduce you to another terminology, which is a workbook. So basically, a workbook is made up of many worksheets. So this is sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So when you have them together now, you make what is called a workbook. Basically, if you have used Microsoft Word, you can think of a sheet or a worksheet as a page, the way you have a page in MS Word. Then now these pages, when you have many pages, they make up a document. Now this document in Microsoft Excel is what we are calling a workbook. So I would like us to go through several ways of customizing your worksheets. So when you right click here, you can see you have a bunch of different functionalities that you can use to customize it. So the first one is delete. This one is for deleting the worksheet. So when I click on delete, you have deleted it. You have renaming. This one, when I click on it, you see you have now the ability to rename it. So I'll rename it to introduction to Excel. So now I have renamed my worksheet. So you can also copy or move a worksheet, but that one I will show you as we progress by. And the next option is protecting a worksheet, whereby you can add a password to the worksheet so that you can ensure that it does not fall in bad hands. You know, data is a very important thing. So you should make sure that data falls only on safe hands. So you can protect your sheet, and you can have a password here. You can set a password so that anyone, only the people that have that password can access that sheet. Okay. So now we are able to create a new worksheet. Right now we can create a new worksheet. We can rename it. we can delete unwanted worksheets. We can create passwords for worksheets to ensure that our data is safe. The next thing that you're going to be learning is other three terminologies, which are a cell, a row, and a column. So spreadsheets or these worksheets are made up of many cells. So this one is a cell. Basically, it's the basic unit of a worksheet. This is a cell. This small rectangle box over here, the one which is which has green border, this one, it's called a cell. Then we have a column. A column is this one, the one which I've highlighted right now. This one is a column. Then we have this one. This one is a row. A cell, a column, and a row. So each cell has a name or a reference or an address. Each cell has an address. Or if you would like, it's like a name. You can call it a name, the cell's name. So, like currently in this cell, its name is A1. If I click on another one, its cell is E9. If I click on another one, the name is G13. So, how does it get this naming? So it gets the naming from first the column that it is in, then followed by the row that it is in. So you have columns named in or named alphabetically from A to Z. Then you have rows named numerically, like from 1, 2, 3 onwards. So in the column, when it reaches Z, perhaps I can drag it. When it reaches Z, we start from AA. You get me? When you reach Z, you start from AA, then AB, AC, AD. Basically, it's just the way that you count from 1 to 9. Then after reaching 9, you start 10, then 12. After reaching 19, you start 20 that way. So that's how we name our columns. That's how Excel names the columns. Then for the rows, they are named downwards from 1 to the last row. There are quite many. There are quite many rows. So from there, now we are able to tell what's a cell, what's a row, what's a column. We are able to identify the name of a cell. We are able to, give the address of a cell. Very important in Microsoft Excel. So the next thing that we are going to cover is a bit of data entry into the cells so that you know how to enter data in MS Excel. So once you click on a cell like this, you can start just entering your data. Let's say I want to enter numbers, so I'll say 20. Then after finishing entering the data in that particular cell, if you want to go to the next cell downwards, you just press enter and it automatically shifts. Instead of taking your mouse and clicking on the next cell, it's easier just to press enter, then 30, then 40, 50, that way you enter your data faster. Then if you want to go on your right, if you don't want to go downwards, you just use tab. These are some of the shortcuts that improve your efficiency. So just press tab, you see, I can move from one cell to another in the right direction. Okay, good. So the next thing I'm going to be showing you, or I'm going to be introducing, is this bar over here. And this bar is called the formula bar. So I want you to notice something. If I'm in this cell and I click on the formula bar and I write something on the formula bar, it appears on the cell. So like 20, you see? So basically this formula bar will come in handy when we are writing huge formulas and you see the size of the cell is small. So if you're writing a huge formula, it's somehow difficult to view the formula easily. So this formula bar over here offers a platform to view the formula easily. So for example, if I may add so much to this cell, I just want to show you and ensure that it's only covered over there. You see? So it's this formula bar offers a better view, if I would say, a better view of viewing what is inside the cell. You see? So it shows you what is in the current cell that you have clicked. Good. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to be covering is some buttons that we will use in our navigation while using Microsoft Excel. So we have this button over here. This is the zoom button. You can see as I click on it, I'm able to zoom on what is in my worksheet. Then we have this one. This one is for moving from right to left. Then this one is for moving from top to bottom, top to bottom. Okay, good. So when you want to go back to 100%, you just click on this center line over here, and there you go, 100%. Okay, so the next thing that I will also be covering today in this video is this feature over here, this big rectangle over here, and its name is ribbon. So this is a ribbon. You can collapse the ribbon. You see the ribbon as it is not there now, and you can uncollapse it, if I may say. You see, now you have the ribbon over here. So this ribbon, it houses different buttons which we will be using to manipulate our data, or it has different buttons with different functionalities that we'll be using in our day-to-day activities while dealing with data. So the first one over here is pastes. This one, pastes. And when you hover it, you see it already has, it tells you pastes, then some parentheses, then Control+V. So this Control+V is the shortcut of performing this paste operation. So in a minute, we will see what is pasting. So paste works together with copy with cut. So you cut, copy, paste. And we're going to demonstrate it. So if you are on this cell and you want to cut it, you just simply press that button, the scissors one, the one which has an icon of a scissors. Or you can simply press Control X, that is the shortcut. Remember, shortcuts are very important because they improve our efficiency or how fast we are able to manipulate data. So when you cut it and go to another cell, you can now paste it. So for paste, you can just click here, paste, or you can just press Control V. You see? So that is cut and pasting. Remember also, we also have copy. So copy works the same way as paste, but I'll show you the difference. So I'm going to copy this 30. So I'm going to press copy, then I'm going to paste over here. So I want you to notice two difference, one main difference about copy and paste. So once you cut something, it disappears from where it was. It's basically moving it. It moves permanently. But when you copy, what you have copied remains where it was and still moves where you wanted it to move. You can see that 30 has remained here and 30 is here. And also 20 was here, but now it's not there, it's here because we have performed a cut operation on 20 and a copy operation on 30. Good. So from there, we are going to talk about formatting in Excel. So formatting, I would describe it as a way of making your work presentable or simply tidying up your work, and making it well organized, presentable, and good looking. So you have this button over here. So this one is for changing your fonts. Over here, you can see if I want to change the fonts of this. So for most of the operations over here, if I want to perform an operation to something, I have first of all to highlight it. So I have to highlight. I highlight it, then now I change you can change the style, the font style. You see, I'm able to change the font style. Then the next one is changing the font size. You see, I'm able to change the font size. Then the next one down here is bold. You can see when you hover through most of the buttons over here in Excel, it's very user-friendly. So it gives you a shortcut, which we have said shortcuts improve your efficiency. They are very important. So you can press on bold. You see, I've boldened. I for italics, U to underline. Then we have this next one over here. This one adds borders to the cells that you have highlighted. For example, if I press on this, all borders, you see, initially my cells were this way, but right now my cells have a border. So this one is for adding a border. Good. So the next one is this fill color. It adds the color that you have chosen to the background of the cells. So when I press this, you see, it changed the color of the cells to yellow. You can press on this arrow and choose the color that you want. So you see, I'm able to choose different colors. Then the next one is for the text. You see this one, this color with that text. So when you hover it, you see it tells you font color. So it changes the font color. So you can choose the color that you want. Good. Okay, then over here we have alignment. You have what you call alignment. So this is basically aligning your work the way you want. So for example, if this one over here, you see align to the left. So when I press it, you first have to highlight the data. Then when you press it, it aligns to the left, middle, and to the right. Then the next two buttons are for indenting. So when you press it, you see, you move the data to the right. This one, you move to the left. Then this one is for moving the data upwards, in the middle, or at the bottom of the cell. So you can see, you can have a look at this region and something is happening. So, okay. So this menu over here, it's basically for formatting, formatting of the worksheets to look the way you want. Then we have some interesting buttons over here. This one, this one, this one. So this one is basically for changing the angle that you are writing on. So for example, you see, it changes the angle. You see? Yeah. So this is what this button does. So basically, you play around this to bring about the design that you want, or the formatting vision that you want. So the next one, so I'm going to return mine to start from the top. So the next one is, you can see my cell ends here, but what I've written in the cell crosses the cell simply because it's large. Now I want it to stop from going outside and start below over here. So this is the work of this button, and this button is called wrap text. So when I click on it, it wraps my text. Basically, it says when you reach at the end of the cell, just go to the line below that cell. Good. So the next one is called merge. So merge. So you can merge one or two more cells. To merge is basically to bring together and make it one. So if I highlight these four cells and click on the merge button, you see, I am able to merge. I've just merged. So now this is one cell. This is one cell. You can see it. This is one cell. Good. So the next one is this number formatting. So number formatting, this will deal with maybe changing your numbers to percentages, having that percentage text, or the commas, or increasing your decimal points or reducing your decimal points. So let's say, for example, let me have mine start at the top. Then, for example, I have 89.98. So if I click on here, you see, I'm increasing my decimals. If I click on here, I am reducing my decimals. If I click on percentage, I convert this to percent. But this percentage you will see how it works best when we are dealing with data. You'll be able to see how it works. So there are some buttons over here that we will use in future. For example, like this conditional formatting. As we interact with data, as we perform our data analysis activities, we will be able to use these buttons. So right now I am going to skip them intentionally, but we will come back to them at a later module. So we have insert cells. So you can use these buttons to insert cells. So I'm going to show you how it comes in handy. So for example, you have typed a long data over here, and in between 50 and 20, you want to have 10 in between there. So this is where this insert comes in handy. So just come here and then you insert a row. So notice where the row inserts, it inserts at the top of the cell that you had selected. So if I want to insert it between 50 and 20, I am going to select 20. Then I'm going to say insert row. Now it inserts at the top over here. And now I am able to add my 10. I am able to add my 10 over here. So that is the function of insert. And insert, you can either insert cells, you can insert rows, you can insert columns. So we can try a column. For the column, it inserts to the right. So for the column, it inserts to the right of the cell that you had selected. So if I want it to be between B and C, I'm going to select B, then insert column, and it inserts to your right. Good. So you can also delete a column. For example, I can delete this column. I can select here, then click on delete. So I'm going to say delete column. So you see, I've deleted my column. I can also delete this row. I'll just come here to this button and delete row. You see? And these buttons can also be accessed easily when you just right click over here. So let's say, for example, I want to add a row here. I'll just right click, then click on insert, then enter row, and there you go. I have my row. It's not a must that you come to this ribbon. So the next one is for formatting the cell size, increasing the width or the height of the cell. So you have a bunch of options over here. You have all these options. Remember, for the row, we are going to be increasing the height. But for the column, we are going to be increasing the width. So you can play around these parameters. You can increase, for example, this row that I've selected, you can increase it from 47 to 70. And you see the height increases. You can increase its width. So I can just come here and increase the width from 8.09 to 70. You see, I've increased the width. Good. So you can play around with this a bunch of options based to what you want, based on what you want. Then we have others over here. So these ones are called the editing. So for the editing, this one is best shown with data. I'm going to open a data and show you how to sort and filter. We are also going to use find and select, and you're going to see how they work. Now, in this course, we are going to be using data, and I have prepared data for this course. So let me show you how to get this data. So I'd like you to go to your Google Chrome and write this link over here. And once it opens, so this is my GitHub. So I have the whole of this course over here, and also the data that we are going to be using. So just come to this button and click on download zip. So as you can see, it's downloading. Once you're done, just go to your file manager where you had downloaded it and extract it. Let me show you in a minute. So where you have downloaded it, just right click on it and extract here. So once you extract it, you're going to have a folder like this one over here, where you have resources or the data that you are going to be using along this course. Remember, in data analysis, for you to learn it effectively, you must practice, or you must do what we are doing here in practice, so that you can master the content easily, and you'll get that you are learning quickly. So I have different folders over here arranged from each chapter, what we are going to be using. So in the resources, for example, you can open the Excel shortcuts. You can have a look at the Excel shortcuts over here. So they really come in handy. Remember, I've told you shortcuts improve efficiency. So we have the most or the commonly used shortcuts over here. We have them here. So you can master this, and the more and more you practice, the more and more they get to stick to your brain. Good. So we are going to open one data sheet and be able to perform some operations that I told you earlier. Good. Good. So I was to show you how to do sorting and filtering, how to use find and replace. So for sorting, let's first of all highlight this column. So this is just data which shows different jobs available in LinkedIn. So I just prepared it for this course. So you can just highlight like that, then come here at filter. And once you press filter, you see that you have small arrows in each and every column. So let's say, let's work with one column. So the title. So in this data, you can see that there are various job opportunities. like for business analyst, a cloud engineer, data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, so many titles over here. So when you click on this, select all, it unselects everything. If you click on it, it selects everything once again. So this one, it's for selecting all and also unselecting all. So let's say, for example, I want to view only the data analyst jobs available. So I'll click on data analyst and click on OK. Good. So I have performed a filtering operation, and you can see now Excel is showing me only data for the data analyst position. So just see, all these are for data analysts. Good. So I can go ahead and filter this so that it gives me only the data that I want. So filtering, just from the word filter, filter. To filter is just like sieving, and remain with what only you want. So you see, I can filter again now from data analysts to, let's say I want jobs that are 100% remote. So let me filter once again, and okay, you see, now I have remained only with one job based on only two filters. You see, from that huge data that I had, I am able to perform filtering operations and get only what I want. Good. So I believe right now you have a better understanding of what is filtering. It is a very important tool in the operation. Now, once I want to go back to the data that I had, you have to clear the filters that you had put in place. So I'm just going to come here and clear. See, I have cleared. Now I have back my whole data without having to view the filtered data. Good. So we will be using it in the process of data analysis, and you will be able to appreciate how important filtering is. Okay. So the next one is find. And we also have replace. We also have go to. So what are these? So let's start with find. Just from the name, find, looking for something. So let's say, for example, we want to look for for a country named Sudan, a country named Sudan. So I don't know where it is in the data, but I know in my data I have countries listed. So I can find Sudan. So I'm just going to click on find. Then I'm just going to type Sudan and find. You can find all, or you can find next. So when you find next, you just find Sudan for what is near you, if I may say, near you. Find next shows you which Sudan you are near in. So let's say find all. Spelled Sudan. So right now it's giving me an error. It's saying we couldn't find what you are looking for. Click options for more ways to search. So what is the problem? The problem is I had unknowingly highlighted over here. You can see over here. So Excel is trying to find Sudan from where I had highlighted. That's the reason. So I'm just going to get out from that highlighting, and I am going to find once again and find Sudan. Good. So now it's possible to get Sudan in my documents. So I have so many. So when you click on this link, it takes you to where it is. You see, here's my Sudan over here. The next one, it takes me to where it is. The next one, so it's a handy tool. The next tool that we're going to talk about is replace. So find and replace, they come together. So you find something and replace it. So let's say, for example, I wanted to find Sudan and replace it with USA. So I'm going to say replace it with USA. So then I click on replace all. So it tells me we have done 464 replacements, the document. So when I click on OK, everywhere where Sudan was written, it's now USA. You can just verify that. Good. These are two handy tools. They come in handy during the process of data analysis. Yes, that's ulilala manze. Boko ukangorota. Ulilala manze ukangorota manze. Sasa nitajua imefika dakika ngapi? So, umetext. Lab gani? Sasa iko na. Sasa naweza achia hapo. Mimi nasikia nimemaliza. Kufa. Manze nikasikia tu kingorota, nikashangaa, buda, rada yako. Alafu upate na rekodi ipate bado. Tapeleka kani watu cuts. Ili tukat siwezi rudia tena pia. Sawa, nataka kurudi. Sawa, nataka kurudi. 1, 2, 3. So narudi niwaambie. So having done that, I would like to show you the next thing from this data. So you can see this data has some hash for this column. This column says job posted date. So this hash means that whatever is in this cell does not fit. So it's not possible to show it. So if you want to see what is in that cell or what is in that column, you just have to hover over here and the cursor changes to this. Once it changes to this, just double click. So there you go. So you have double clicked, hence you have given it enough space to show what is contained in that cell. So that's a useful tool also in the process of data analysis. Okay, so basically that's what I wanted you to get to learn in this module 1 or in this video. Just have an introduction to Microsoft Excel, just see what we can do with Microsoft Excel and just have a general feel of what Microsoft Excel basically does. So I'm going to see you in the next video where we are going to be tackling formulas and functions. So till then, see you. Nasemango aje adios muchachos. Adios muchachos. Tengo la-